Hi, now for something completely different except exactly the same. Let's do some beginner ukulele from day one. I'm presuming you've never played your ukulele before, and I want to get you started from the first steps. First of all, you need to tune it. I'm going to actually presume you can do that though. Get yourself a little tuner for the head of your ukulele if you don't have one, and set it to U for ukulele, and we'll go from there. You're tuning your ukulele to the strings G, C, E, and A. When you look at these pictures, you would have your ukulele held up against your chest. The picture, though, looks like your ukulele held up this way. If you laid them both in your lap or on a table, this A string is this A string. E is the second string, C third, and G the fourth. For most of us, our ukulele is going to be tuned from low to high. C goes up to E, goes up to A. The only problem is this fourth string is usually tuned an octave higher, so it'll actually sound higher. And then we go low and come up. For convenience sake, we still call this the low end of the ukulele and this the high end. This is the bottom, this is the top. When you go from here to here, you're going up. You can hear our pitches going up the scale. As you learn your strings, every time I ask anybody in a group class, this is the saying they come up with: good children eat apples. G, good. C, children. E, ate. A, apples. Good children eat apples. Those are your open strings. We're playing those notes without fretting the ukulele. We're just hitting each string separately. You're hearing the full length of the string vibrating, so when this string vibrates, it's a G. This one's a C, this is an E, and this is an A. Those are individual notes, one note at a time. Every time you fret a note, you're shortening the string and you're raising the pitch. Ukulele works like any other instrument. As you go from left to right, your pitches are going to ascend. If you sat down at a piano and hit an A note, the B is the next key to the right, then the C, then the D, then the E. You won't notice that right away on ukulele, but that's how it works as well. This is your A string. So we can hit an A note. We can fret that in the second fret, A, and then the second fret is B. We've gone up 2 frets to get the B note. The A was open. Technically, it's as though your finger were off here, off the end of the ukulele. This little nut is what's actually stopping the string at A. If we move 2 frets higher, we have the B. 1 fret higher, and we have a C. So on day one, memorize your strings. G, C, E, A. Say them out loud. Try to use every sense you have to learn. Talk about the notes, tell yourself the notes, visualize them, see which strings you're playing. Come back, A, E, C, G. Say them both ways. Do that every time you sit down to practice. Then on the A string, you can play the open A to the second fret B to the third fret C. A, B, C, A, B, C. You can practice that. A, B, C. Go backwards. C, B, A, B, C, C, B, A. Those would be individual notes on your ukulele. In order to fret your note, the best idea here is to get your fingertip on the string, coming from as much in front of the ukulele as possible. That means I'm going to try to play it with my hand underneath and space under my hand. I'm not gripping the ukulele neck. Your wrist is straight and your elbows bent with your shoulders square as possible. The ukulele generally at a 45-degree angle. You might want to swing it forward a little bit on your body. Playing it back and flat is harder. You see how tucked in my arm is? I like to let it relax a little bit. Rest across the back of the ukulele or put your forearm on the back to hold it up. This is the traditional method. People will hold it against their chest. They won't have a strap. And they pin it to the chest with the forearm here. Strum with the pointer finger across the strings roughly at the end of the ukulele. And a lot of people will hold the ukulele up with this finger as they fret. I prefer not to. I'm using the strap in order to hold the ukulele up. The weight of my arm across the back keeps it in place. And then this hand is free to play classical guitar style. My thumb's in the back of the neck and my fingers are out in front. So again, I've got open A, fret the B, and fret the C. Open, second, third, A, B, C. A nice little coincidence is when I hold this C note, as in this picture, and then strum, I can get a C chord. These little O's are opens, so we're using these strings, we're strumming and allowing these strings to play. They would be G, C, and E, but on a chord diagram we just tell you we want them open. Open strings have no fret. The dark finger note is the C. That C note is being held while we hit all 4 strings. This is called a strum, and that's how you accomplish a chord. You can pluck that single string with the 1 note, and that's a C note. Or you can strum the 4 strings, and you have a C chord. Don't memorize the fact that if you hold a note, you get the same named chord. You don't. That happens to be working for C. So if you hold the C note, strum 4 strings, you get a C chord. You can strum with your thumb. Just point it along the strings and let it come very quickly, lightly across the strings toward the floor. This is called a down strum. You can use a finger. You can use your fingernail. I like to use 3 fingernails. Or even a pick. If I use the pick, my thumb action is going to be the same. I'm just holding a pick between the thumb and the finger. The thumb stays as straight as possible and moves across the strings in the same way that it would without the pick. In your ukulele kit, you probably got a felt pick that they sold you because they don't want you playing like that. They want a nice light strum, and a felt pick will accomplish that. So when you chord and sing, which is what most ukulele players want to do, you'll just set a beat with your strum. Whether your notes are fast, Sane Lamentana, or slow, ding dang dong, your strum doesn't change. So you would be strumming Frere Jacques, Frere Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous, Sane Lamentana, Sane Lamentana, ding dang dong, ding dang dong. I want to play you one other song and one other chord. This is the C chord. If you play with your pointer finger on the 1st fret, you're getting a C7 chord. Notice I'm not naming it for that note any longer. It's just a chord with a different name, C7. These 3 strings, G, C, and E, create some kind of C chord for us, and the top note will help us name it. In this case, the C note helps it to become a C chord. This 1st fret makes it a C7 chord. Don't worry about why that happens yet. Just learn and memorize those 2 chords. Practice playing them cleanly, your fingers right up against the fret, and your strumming is light and soft and quickly across the strings. You don't have to be over the sound hole, which doesn't create sound anyway. You can be wherever you're comfortable. The only thing is, the further back you are, the harsher and tinier your ukulele is. So you will find the best sound range within about a 3 or 4 inch zone here to strum in. It's just a little bright back at the end. So this song is Coconut. This is by Harry Nilsson. I'm not going to try singing it. I'm just going to strum a C chord while he sings it. I'm just going to strum a C7 actually. You can play along with that one on YouTube, or you can get the lyrics off the internet and play and sing it yourself. So that's day one. Have a good time. See you guys later. Bye.